It was great seeing it come here today.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You don't ever get to see it floating, like
Right.
out away from the actual shoreline. So that's really cool. I got to tell you, I stepped out for dinner, popped out to grab something to eat. And as I'm driving out of our driveway, they shot the gun off of that thing. And it is unmistakable
Really?
when they
Wow.
do it, just a kapow.
Yeah. Did you jump?
I was driving, I'm like, I don't know what's going on. Then I thought, you know, the cod is back.
Yeah.
And so it's not a handgun, friends. It is a
Right.
big, big gun, and it's a very different sound.
It's going to be okay to do weather tonight?
Yeah,
Or should we get Matt Wenson to...
It definitely gave me a little shock. I got to tell you, it was a little startling. But I'll tell you, smooth sailing, thankfully, for the cod as they came back. The light winds were certainly nice. We have smooth sailing for tomorrow, too. Not expecting any big winds or big waves. Variably cloudy skies to get the day going. Temps in the 60s. Some light fog may be around. We'll have isolated rain with some sun peaks as we get into the afternoon. Temperatures will be topping out in the low 80s around much of northeast Ohio. That's some good news. Local satellite and radar. All right, we got a little bit to talk about here. The remnants of Fred continue to move out. Finally, some drier weather for our friends, especially down in Carroll County, where they picked up 2 to 3 inches of rain this morning. West of 71, barely a drop, just a few little spits and sprinkles out there. But east of 77, we definitely got a good slug of rain that came through. That is now moving out. So we're kind of in this area right now where we don't really have a weather system to contend with. There is some rain off to the south of us. This will present our rain chances as we get into the day tomorrow. Just isolated rain chances for right now. And then once we head toward Friday and Saturday, things are actually looking pretty good for us at this point. That is some very good news. Here is your National Design Mart hour-by-hour forecast. Some light fog is going to be around tomorrow morning, especially in areas farther south. Otherwise, we'll have partly cloudy to mostly cloudy skies. Temperatures upper 60s to right around 70. Still a lot of humidity hanging around. The winds will be streaming in from the southwest, or excuse me, the clouds will be streaming in from the southwest. The wind will be coming from the north. That'll help to keep our lakeshore temperatures in the upper 70s while we make it toward the 80-degree mark, or maybe a couple clicks above farther south. Once we get to the heat of the day, you know the drill, everybody. Summertime pop-ups are a possibility, just few and far between. We're not really expecting a lot of coverage as far as the rain chances go tomorrow afternoon and evening, but just be aware you may run into that. At the same time, we're probably also going to have some sun peaks out. So there's that for your grilling plans. Tomorrow night, then, we'll finally see the winds backing off, going calm as we clear out. Friday morning looks stunning. Other than some patchy fog around, we'll be in the 60s with sunny skies and a few clouds around. Look at this. Daytime temperatures expected to make it back into the low 80s. If there is a rain chance on Friday, I'd have to say it's maybe 10 to 15% at this point. There you go. As far as the tropics go, there are 3 systems that we've been watching. Fred, of course, decaying, they're done. We have HENRI here that is just southwest of Bermuda, and then also Grace. Grace Cat 1 storm is going to continue westward, hitting into Mexico. But HENRI is definitely a storm that we are keeping a very close eye on because it is expected to make a loop and come up the East Coast. Now, the National Hurricane Center is watching this so closely. I was on a conference call this morning, actually with the National Hurricane Center. That was kind of interesting. And they were talking about just the longevity. You know, when you're starting to aim into very highly populated megalopolis type areas with a hurricane forecast, you really got to be very careful about how you go about changing the track. There is still a lot of variability that can happen in this track. So as of right now, it looks like it would be going up past New York toward Nantucket once we get into the day on Monday. If you have travel plans on Monday, keep in mind that could impact some of those big airports out around New York City for a lot of connections and stuff like that. So something to keep in mind. Union Home Mortgage forecast, once the rain leaves, look at this, we're right back into those summery temps in the mid-80s. We're going to stay in the mid-80s for much of next week. Hit or miss rain and thunderstorm chances is part and parcel of summertime. But ultimately by next weekend, that's when we could get our refreshing change. Jimmy's back with us in just a moment with a look at sports.